Let's focus a little bit more on this game. But I do want to see how this mode does. The tornado is going to be incredibly powerful as well, because another thing, I don't think we talked about this, the tornado into the Hazel means that you're going to be stuck and get Hazeled for a couple milliseconds. And that usually is enough given how much damage Haze does. Hello everybody, this is game number 2 of the ability draft game. It is going to be one of those funky games. It's between Abrahams and Virtus.Pro. If you haven't seen game 1, go check it right now on YouTube. Game number 1 was won by, spoiler, Abrahams. And now game 2 is happening. It's going to have a very different format. So game 1 was a full draft. They drafted all of the abilities. On the other hand, this one, they had 10 minutes. They were given a pool of 30 abilities, 10 ults, and 10 heroes to pick from, and they essentially created 6 heroes out of that. So a much more constrained draft with a lot more strategy, much closer to a card game, actually. Anyhow, we have our usual team here. Kurz is here.
Hello.
And, of course, Brad on observing.
Preview.
Hello. Now, we're going to go through all of the abilities first, and then we're going to start properly casting the game. So first and foremost, we do have our Warden here, we do have Malice, Barrage, Pulse Grenades, Return to Shadows, massive damage amp, Life Drain, Flame Dash, Siphon Life, Soul Exchange, massive healing, Kinetic Carbine, Spirit Lasso, massive annoyance, Fixation on Mo, always funky with Bullet Dance too, Power Slash, Heavy Barrage, that Ice Path is gonna be funky, Ava, Rabbit has Lethal Burn, Singularity, a little bit of mix of everything, Util, Kudzu, Quantum Stake, Last Stand, Kudzu and Stake very good together. Grapple Arm, Shadow Transformation on Abrams. We do have Screwdriver, blah. They're going so quickly. I can't even read them. Charge Shot, Flog, Crow Familiar, Storm Cloud, Sticky Bomb, Burl, Crimson Slash, Frozen Shelter, and Bloodletting, Rejuvenating, Full Auto, Killing Blow. So yeah, what a weird combo. So yeah, they were only given 30 abilities, 10 ults, and 10 heroes, and told to figure things out. So some of these heroes are going to be incredibly OP, depending on luck of the draw, but also on the way that they've comboed it. And I do want to talk a little bit about that Shiv. By God, that Shiv scares me. Does it scare you, Kurz?
Yeah, the Drain Tank Shiv is definitely scary.
Yeah, like, having 3 abilities focused on just stealing your life, and also a 4th ability that means I can chase you. He's gonna, like, Heal, Bane, Decay first item, almost certainly. Oh, Tass is very out of position there. He does get charged. You never expect what abilities everybody has. So, you're like, wait, this Abrams has charge? What? That's the most insane thing ever. Yeah.
You kind of do expect... Well, honestly, it's kind of a reverse psychology situation, where it's ability draft, right? So you would assume Abrams wouldn't have charge, but he does. It's kind of brilliant when you think about it.
Some abilities are just worth
expecting
picking.
Abrams to have a charge.
Yes. Oh, that Mo is very low. Does he die there? Oh, no, he does not. Bebop is chasing. Will he be able to plant a bomb? He does not need to. Jamside is dead. But yeah, I think I really want to follow this to Lash Lane. Lash Lane is probably going to be one of my favorite ones. The dude has Ice Path and also has Yamato Slash, which means that he can just fly around and slash at people behind cover. And for people who don't know, while you're Ice Pathing, you can Yamato Slash, so you don't have to stand still. The biggest weakness of Yamato Slash is the ability of, you need to stand still. No more. Yeah. But yeah, also this damage amp Warden, by God. This is another character I really want to talk about. This character has 3 damage amps and Return to Shadows. He's just gonna do all damage amps, press 4, you'll die. That's how much damage. It's like 100 to 150% damage amp on top of everything else.
I believe someone in the Twitch chat, because this was live, someone in the Twitch chat calculated it, and assuming the Warden has 3 bombs, I believe, they have 230% damage. Which is
a lot.
Quite a bit. That's quite a bit.
I mean, like, it's just very difficult to counter 230. But there is one way, right? Just don't get damage amped. Right?
True.
I mean,
either that or debuff remover might actually be good against
debuff remover might be fantastic. It won't remove the barrages, though, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, but that isn't a majority of the stacks. A majority of the amp is going to be from Malice and Pulse Grenade.
I do see Lash having a little bit of fun with the McGinnis ult. McGinnis ult is the jankiest ult in the game by far. It's very difficult to control, but yeah. Oh, Shadow Amp is also a damage amp if you have it maxed. right?
Yeah, I believe that was factored into it.
The calculation.
Into the 230% number. Yeah.
Okay, so Mo is ulting right now, and Mo's ult is a shotgun. He does have a fairly high fire rate too. It's not a bad one. So,
one thing you may not consider with Mo having bullet dance, you might think, oh, it's just so Mo can get like all the shots on, make sure none of the pellets miss with fixation, but it's actually a deeper connection than that. Why Mo has bullet dance is because bullet dance actually gives you extra bullet damage. So, as we mentioned in the previous one, I believe, stuff that adds extra bullet damage, how it interacts with shotguns is that it adds the damage to each of the pellets. So, the +6 or +10 with tier 1 is going to be added to every pellet of Mo, which, albeit Mo's shotgun doesn't have many pellets, Mo only has 4 pellets, I believe, that's still 40 extra damage per shot.
Yes.
And that's early game. You don't even need to invest into that. And on top of that, you're going to have plus 35% fire rate during bullet damage. I mean, that's just insane. A lot of damage output, especially added on top of the fact fixation applies per pellet. So fixation is going to be applying 0.32 per stack per pellet, which ends up adding like, what would that be? That would be about 1.3 damage per pellet. I mean, 1.3 damage per shot per stack.
So there's one thing I do want to talk about, because we were having all of these conversations in the game number one, right? We were like, oh yeah, these characters are OP. There's this combo, there's this combo, there's this combo, and the combos never materialized because they just got wrecked so hard in lane. They didn't have enough resources to make those combos actually matter and make a difference into the game. So this is like something we must really, really keep in mind. Who do you think is the strongest like early game character in the game right now? Lash comes to mind. Do you have any other candidates occurs?
I don't know if we mentioned Yamato yet. I believe Yamato definitely comes to mind, because Yamato just has so much chip damage, especially in that lane with Gloom Bomb, Screw Jab, Essence Bomb, and just the ability to keep people in place and just secure kills with Bola. It's just so strong.
Yeah, those, we were discussing actually a little bit earlier, grabbing Witchmail here once you have a certain amount of souls is going to be insane, because it means you have like 100% uptime on all of your abilities. And with a little bit of Spirit Seal, you're just going to be an incredibly hard character to beat. And we just see this McGinnis is in a tough position. She does get wrecked right there. But yeah.
One thing I want to mention about McGinnis, I'm actually stealing this joke from someone in chat, and I'm not going to credit them, but McGinnis kind of has the entire zoo on her. Like, she has Snake Lethal Venom, she has Rabbit Hex, she has Ava.
Of course,
how many animals do you need?
And of course, the main attraction in any zoo, a living black hole. That's like normal for every like midtown size zoo. But yeah, it's 3 animals in a black hole. That sounds like a nice science fiction short story. If anyone wants to write it, I would love to read 3 animals in a black hole. Oh, look at this, Bebop escaping.
How do you think they keep the animals in the zoo?
Yeah, it's the black hole. They all orbit the zoo, essentially. Yeah, hey, Kurz, would you say that is the main attraction?
No, I think the rabbit's probably the main attraction.
No, because it's a black hole.
Everyone's seen a black hole.
Attracts you. Like gravity, you know. Whatever.
Everyone's seen a black hole already, though.
Yeah, everybody's seen a black hole. God, hasn't everybody seen the Sagittarius super mega black hole?
It's not going to be the main attraction.
God. Anyhow, it's... jokes aside, let's focus a little bit more on this game. But I do want to see how this mode does. The tornado is going to be incredibly powerful as well, because another thing, I don't think we talked about this, the tornado into the Hazel means that you're going to be stuck and get Hazeled for a couple milliseconds. And that usually is enough given how much damage Haze does. Yeah, so...
Let alone how much damage Mo is going to be doing with we already see Mo is the best performing character on Abraham's side.
Yeah.
So,
nice parry there. And the ship escapes.
Wow.
Yeah. I do have to
believe
say,
this game is a lot fairer than match 1.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
In match 1, we already saw Abraham with a clear lead by now. But honestly, it's kind of even, with only Virtus.Pro being like 2k ahead. The KP is equal, the AP is equal, the souls are equal, and the objectives are relatively equal. I mean to me, Pro doesn't have a flex slot yet, but it's still
they'll
equal.
get
They're
it
about
soon.
to get it.
Yeah, I think they're about to get it.
Yeah.
But
This
yeah,
is,
no,
like,
I mean, this is what I want. I want this to have like a full best of 3 feeling and not just be just be 3 games, right? So yeah, for people who don't know, the best of 3 that's gonna be uploaded on YouTube as well. If you're watching on YouTube, is all random, all mid, all abilities random. It's gonna be clusterfuck. Hi YouTube. Who the hell did that? Was that Bread? Please, was that Abrams? Sorry, Curse? What?
I think that was a voice line in game.
I don't think so. I think whoever did it has really impressed me. I have to say. Anyhow, we do see the Kelvin Dome comes in. Mo is. Yeah, are you gonna be able to burrow in time? He does burrow in time, but he ups out. It's because he does have that 7 there. Well, 7 ult rather.
Yeah.
To help him. But yeah, I do want to see a little bit. We didn't discuss this that much game 1. Like, what sort of builds players are building, and we do see fairly spirit heavy on BP. Both sides, right? I guess it's not time enough to crystallize the builds. Nice bola there. Will there be a follow-up? I don't think so. Tether comes in. Very good Tether. I do think that means that Biba will be able to escape.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to find the characters to find the POV you're talking about. But I just can't find.
Oh yeah, but like, okay, it's
I'm
like...
just not used to it. Like, when you say, oh, look at that bola, I'm not
like, where's the Viper?
I'm not looking for a Yamato. I'm looking for a Viper.
Yeah. No, it's just gonna be. It's very difficult to cast these games. So you know, if you're a fan of the YouTube, you know how many like zany games that we do with weird formats. And just like there's no guide. Like you can watch Deadlock Fight Night, Dune Snake's Dead. You can watch all these tournaments and be like, okay, I'm gonna. That's how the regular game is played. This character is good. This character is played this way. When are you doing games where there's the Eternus versus Initiates, but the Initiates explode on contact, right? Like, it's just... Like, how do you figure out the balance, the meta for those?
What game are you playing where you are a team of 3 dummies that are against, like, 3 players, my bad. Freudian slip.
Yeah, 3 players versus 30 dummies. That's coming out Thursday, God willing.
Is that like a common experience for everyone?
Have you ever woken up and, much like in Kafka's Metamorphosis, you've woken up to find yourself as a training dummy? That's like it's a common experience if you think about it. Anyhow, let's not entertain people with videos that have not been released on YouTube yet. Or maybe they have. I have no clue what the release schedule for this is going to look like. But
this might never come out.
This might never come out. Maybe it's too boring.
Probably will.
I probably will. I don't think it's boring at all, actually. I think this is a fantastic game. So yeah, this is where Ivy would normally stone form, and I think that was just like intuition. You're like, oh yeah, I don't care. I'm just going to press 3. But that doesn't work.
Yeah. A lot of just muscle memory from these characters is just complete useless.
Yes.
Aside from Abrams.
Except for who has shoulder charge, I guess. But yeah, I mean, this is where being skillful and being like an incredible one trick or an incredible role player is not enough. Like, if you're a fantastic M1 player, you're gonna struggle with these characters that are just like a mix of so many different bits and pieces of Frankensteins, right? You want players who have a lot of depth. And I mean, where else are you gonna get it other than a game of Virtus.Pro and Abrahams? 2 top European teams just duking it out. 7-0 does get popped. Very big fight happening there.
You just need so much adaptability to be able to play ability draft this well.
Yes.
It is really impressive.
And I mean, yeah, this is the first, like, well, the first match rather, of ability draft that these players have ever played. It's just, and they're performing very well for what it's worth. 82k to 82k game is still very equal, but Virtus.Pro has suffered some very meaningful losses there. We do see a McGinnis chasing one last character there. Will she be able to get the Bebop? She does have Rabbit. She can punch several times, but I don't think he's gonna get it. Shiv is going after McGinnis, not. No, Shiv has also decided not to go in. But yeah, what are you thinking about Curse right now?
I think an issue that Virtus.Pro has faced, I think whenever they die, it's always in these big waves. Whenever they die, it's almost always big team fights that they're losing in these matches. And it's really devastating. I mean, losing that fight alone gave Abraham like 4k, 5k souls. And they're running Earn right now as well.
And it's going to be very difficult for Virtus.Pro to grab it, especially because they have, well, they do have one player on lane number 3 that might be able to get the Walker, but McGinnis is already there. That Lash doesn't have Lash ult, usually one of the best anti-Earn abilities out there. He does have McGinnis ult instead. He's deciding to back out if he needs to. Yes, he will. Okay, but yeah, that Earn is going to be very interesting. We're going to keep an eye out on that. But the big fight right now is this Yamato, who has been caught out by the 2 players there, and she's probably going to die. But yeah, why do you think Virtus.Pro is losing these team fights? Do you think it's a question of communication, or do you think it's a draft issue where Abrahams just has the better draft?
I think it's a combination of draft alongside the fact that these players aren't familiar. So Abraham's draft being better just kind of tips the scale, because Virtus.Pro probably could overcome that draft difference if they were familiar with these characters right now, but they're not. None of these characters are really true to their kit, or true to any kit, really.
Yeah.
So you can't really coordinate as easily.
Yeah, it's gonna be, but I mean, you get more experience. The longer the game goes, the more you get used to your characters and your kit. It's like playing a new hero, right? Of course, I'm nowhere as good as these players are. Whenever I play a new hero, I'm way more comfortable with it in the end of match 1 than the beginning of match 1. So they're just getting more used to it, and these guys probably have a lot faster, like, pick-up time than I do. I mean, the bigger problem, as far as I'm concerned, is you don't know your abilities of your opponents, right? So, for example, when I'm going against the Yamato, and I see that the old bar is open, I'm like, okay, well, I can't... in 90% of circumstances, I cannot fully commit here, right? Unless I'm a very limited amount of characters. On the other hand, if I see Yamato with ult, what is Yamato's ult right now? What is it? Tell me, Occurs.
Yamato's ult is Bola.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how often have you thought about Yamato with Bola? We don't see Witchmail.
How often have you thought about Abrams with Charge?
Yeah, that's never. Only Green Abrams uses Charge nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
it's probably the most useless ability in the game. I don't know who even levels that.
Yeah.
Personally, what I do is I helmet subzoom off that charge for another ability.
I see. Yeah, no, most of the time I go command center first, into 2 orbitals into mule drops. That's my personal way of playing Abrams. Okay, big rebuttal there, but Lash is just sneaking the Earn in while no one's paying attention. He's not going to be blocked, and that's going to be a very big game for Abrams. They are in a bit of a weird position this fight, though. Virtus is 2 players down, but it's 4v4 right now, especially that Bebop can pivot in time. But it seems like, no. Holiday is chasing a very low Warden. Is she going to be able to do something with Flog? Yes, she will. And there is one dead Warden. But is there one dead Holiday to follow up right now? Seems
maybe
like
not. I think both teams are probably going to try to stop this fight. Maybe they're hovering around that left lane to see if they could get a pick, but probably not. I think both teams got what they wanted. They got trades out of that, and they're fine.
Yeah, I mean, the game is pretty close. The 4K soul difference at 19 minutes is nothing de facto, right? So
they're still completely even across the board, which is a lot more even than last game. Yes. I'll say that.
Yes. It's very good. I mean, like I think last game the big problem was draft. They allowed some very powerful abilities, especially that Ivy. comes to mind, but also others. It's just very difficult to deal with this circumstances where you're just getting completely outdrafted in abilities, right? But we see now that, you know, the abilities are kind of random for both sides. Both teams are doing pretty good, and it makes sense. They're both fantastic teams. It's not surprising if either team beats the other, and they're providing some very high-level gameplay here. Big lasso comes in. Lasso in and out of the wall. That is one technique we've been talking a little bit about in our Hydra Nation games. But yeah, lasso in and out of the wall means you lose 10% of your health, I think, every time you go in and out. Something like that?
Yeah. It's just so much burst damage. Because already getting swapped through the wall hurts. You're silenced for about 3 seconds. You take 10% max health, which also procs Ink Buster if they have it. It already hurts a lot. Just imagine that happening again and again and again and again.
Yes.
You just can't really survive it.
But yeah, this mode really has been doing a lot of good work. Gun mode, certainly not a very good choice in competitive play, but in this ability draft with the haze fixation, we do see how even like a single skill can shift the entire meaning of the character, right?
Yeah. Like Abrams, for example. We've been joking about him, but Abrams actually plays very, very different. Abrams used to be like a frontliner. Abrams is a frontliner, notably a big drain tank if you build into him, also does a lot of burst damage. But now he doesn't have that drain tank potential. He really turns into a pick character in this now. Because he has that hook, he has that charge, he has that sleep dagger. He's a lot more melee focused instead of being like hybrid focused.
Yes.
And he's a lot more pick focused.
Nice parry on the
hit people
Kudzu.
at that long range.
I just love this parry on the Kudzu followed by a tether, just to get people to get maximum damage on the Kudzu. Kudzus do a lot of damage, but you have to stand on them like an idiot. Or alternatively, you can just get tethered. But yeah. Very fantastic stuff so far. Is this... Oh, this ship does die. What's the score on that ship? 88-12. I do have to say, is this like a normal kill-death ratio? It seems like very, very kill-heavy compared to a normal game. 32 to 36? Yeah, for a normal pro game.
It feels a lot more kill-heavy because people aren't familiar with kits. They're boundary testing these players based off, like, their preconceived notions that, okay, a Geist is going to have swap, a Yamato is going to have, like, a second chance. A Holiday, if I peek her, can lasso me into Walker. If I peek a Bebop, I'm going to get hooked. But it doesn't really work like that in this game.
Yeah. No, we'll figure it all out. And it seems like they're just baiting mid. I mean, like, yeah, doing mid was a little bit silly right here, but the bait is fantastic. And that Paradox does manage to escape, however. What was that? Was that Sinclair's Magician's Assistant? I think I missed how that Paradox escaped. But we'll see it after the fight.
I believe it was Bounce Pad.
Oh, Bounce Pad, I see. That's very smart. But yeah, another pick comes in. And that Warden is dead. I mean, this is the big problem with all of your kids being damage hams. What happens if you get stunned for 3 seconds? It's the Viper problem, if you will, right? Where Viper can output an insane amount of damage if it gets to you. But in competitive games, you almost never see Viper because Viper never gets to you, right? You're just going to play more stun heavy and completely lock the Viper out of the game.
I definitely think Warden is very, very good at objectives. But this kit for Warden is... that's about it. Like,
yes,
if you aren't able to get a sustained damage on an enemy, his kit does nothing right now.
Yes.
And we do see a mid going down.
Yeah. Will there be a contest? Lash is coming in. He goes in and he does not achieve. Yeah, I mean,
that was a big mistake for Abraham.
Abraham's leaving.
Looks like they're just going all in for it. Because Shiv also jumps in.
Yeah, they're gonna die inside the Kelvin Dome. Shiv certainly will resist a lot more than others, but yeah. Very well done. Incredible gameplay. And now Virtus.Pro is probably gonna get the second and the third Walker. Lane number 2, lane number 3 are Gunzo.
That mid fight, and a lot of the previous fights recently, have just been really, really Virtus.Pro side. I mean, I think Virtus.Pro's comp is a lot more, like, late game scale.
Yeah,
like they have a lot of the early game, but they also can scale late game, which is really scary.
Yeah, it's really scary because you are in the end game right now. It's 25 minutes in. You have most of your kit in order. You do have like 2 abilities maxed out at this point. You're gonna be able to do a lot of damage, and it's gonna be hard to contest. Bebop comes in. He's starting to punch the Walker, kills it, and the Burrow. God, it's just so funny seeing these characters that are not going Krill Burrow. Big grab, however, comes in though. Will he be able to escape? No. Big first pick, and that should be enough for them to go in base.
Yeah, when you're grabbed, you are just dead. There's no escaping that, especially if a character like Holiday is there. Because I believe he commented on it before. I don't know if he commented on it during the game. But Holiday's kit is just so burst focused. Yes. I mean, you have Crow for the resist shred, you have Lasso for the healing and burst, and you have Charge Shot for just being so heavy in burst damage. And then if you really want area denial and sustain, you just pop that 7 and you're just good to go.
Oh my god, the Mo has given up? Left the game? I don't know what's going on.
He's on that timer.
Rage quit.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on, but I do think that this is a loss of shrines at least, and patron most likely. Especially
it doesn't
with
really
3, 4
change
picks.
how this game is going to go that the Mo was disconnected during that.
Yeah. Anyhow, it's the Mo is back, thank God. Patron is almost dead though, and we're gonna see probably a mid fight. I don't see any reason why Virtus.Pro cannot stay.
Yeah, I definitely think Virtus.Pro probably going to stay, probably going to end the game. Their only big DPS is going to be that Ivy build. So I think the play for Abraham is just try to get in, kill that Ivy, and get out. And just try to hold on for dear life. Because they really need that Ivy build. The Ivy is like the crux of their gun damage.
But a big ult comes in, though. That is Obikim dead. Everyone is kind of bruised. Is this the end of the assault? I think it is. I think Abrahams managed to repeal. Nice, very well done. Shadow Transformation comes in. Big punch. Is that going to be enough? No. Hoot still dies. Yeah, Hoot still goes down. I mean,
I think that was a worthwhile trade.
Wait. The game is finishing. The game is finishing.
Wait, they're not clearing minions.
Yeah, can we go see Pit? What's going on Pit?
Abraham wasn't clearing minions.
Yeah,
and the Ivy's still up.
Massive ult still comes in again.
Half.
But yeah, that's 2 picks. Is Ivy gonna be able to force it? Yes, no, maybe so, and it seems like not.
Ivy was just barely not able to force it. If they had not been able to kill Ivy for another 2 seconds, that might have been game because Ivy was about to get Vamp Burst back up. And Vamp Burst does work on Patron. So that Ivy just wouldn't have been killed.
Yes. No, but very, very good defense from Amber. For people who don't know, Patron does heal.
Defense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the best defenses are the ones that are by the skin of your teeth, right? And the Patron is healing up. For people who don't know, Patron does heal up after assaults like this. So full committing is not a great idea. Riju was lost by the time that this assault happened. So a lot of downtime. Will this translate to a Walker occurs?
Most likely. We still see Yamato down, we still see Holiday down, and we still see Ivy down. All 3 of those are 4 parts of this team, just incredible damage deal. Because right now, all they have up is like Dice, Abrams, Bebop. Those characters are good, but they're mostly supplemental to those 3 I mentioned.
Yeah.
But we do see them play it safe and not really push. I feel they probably could have gotten away, possibly with a push on that left lane. But I could see why they wouldn't. It's kind of scary. If they didn't get it in time, then Holiday and Yamato would have been up. And just, you don't want to deal with that mess if you don't get it in time.
Yeah, it's just very hard to see how like, the fact that Abrams didn't get a Walker there, of course he didn't have enough time, is really, really bad. They do need that soul boost that comes. The 20k soul difference is very meaningful, but a lot of the souls are in those walkers, right? So if they win one team fight and they can get those walkers, Abrams is going to be more than ahead, right? So if they could start with one walker right there, that would be great. But it seems like all lanes are pushed. Virtus.Pro is maintaining perfect map control, and they do have so much farm on their side, and you just cannot go and punish them for grabbing it, right?
Yeah. And I think we're seeing what we mentioned earlier, where when you start a game on a new character, you kind of feel less comfortable, less confident. But as the match goes on and you start nearing the end of the match,
oh, big
get
buff
a lot
up.
more confident.
Huge
We're
buff up.
seeing that with Virtus.Pro.
Huge buff up. McGinnis is down. Shiv is very low. All the healing is not working on him, and that's 2 people down.
That is not good, having both McGinnis and Shiv down, and Mo goes down. I think that's the end of the game.
Yes, that's 4 picks, 7 ult up in the sky, and yeah, that should be game right here, right now. 5th pick. I don't think Warden can do much. The damage amps are insane, but not that insane. And that is GG. Oh, are they gonna kill the Warden too? They killed the Warden too.
Oh, they had to kill him for Flare. And
for
that's game.
Flare. GG, game number 2.
1-1. The top European teams are surely acing ability draft. Do you want to see how this best of 3 ends? Well, you should like and subscribe and wait for game 3, which will be uploaded shortly. Have a good day, folks.